The Angels are at Dyken Park tonight, and Los Angeles needs damage against specific pitches while Houston can win the count before it attacks. Cristian Javier starts for Houston, with George Klassen going for Los Angeles. The Angels have isolated power answers, but the Astros face broader trouble because Klassen has struggled to throw strikes and Houston handles his main offerings. Houston is a moderate favorite at -156. The total is 9.0. The clearer path belongs to Houston, while the Angels need their best hitters to make Javier's mistakes count. Javier brings a 6.7 ERA and a 17.0% strikeout rate into this start. He is not missing enough bats to erase traffic, and his control can extend innings. Right-handed hitters have done considerably more damage against him, so the traditional handedness edge does not describe the real danger. Los Angeles can hurt Javier, but its best route runs through the right-handed power bats rather than simply loading up on lefties. His four-seam is the pressure point. It is Javier's most used pitch, so the Angels will see it often enough to build their approach around it. The velocity is 92.9 miles per hour, and opponents have slugged over .500 against the four-seam. Javier prefers to work above the zone with the four-seam, but it has not consistently played like a finishing pitch. If Los Angeles gets runs from the starter matchup, mistakes with the four-seam are the cleanest route. Mike Trout gives the Angels their strongest counterpunch because he can damage more than the obvious weakness. In a small sample, Trout has slugged nearly .740 against the sweeper, another pitch Javier uses heavily. That sample is anecdotal, but the power result fits Trout's broader contact quality and his ability to take a walk when Javier misses. Nolan Schanuel supplies the contact piece, while Zach Neto can punish the four-seam but brings more swing-and-miss risk. The Angels have answers, but those answers are concentrated near the top of the projected order. Houston's case begins before the ball is put in play. Klassen owns a 2.11 whip and a 20.0% walk rate, and that combination forces him to work with runners aboard. Free passes also make it harder to avoid the middle of the Astros' projected order, because every deep count raises the chance that Klassen must challenge with a pitch in the zone. Houston does not need to guess correctly from the opening pitch. It can make Klassen prove he can throw strikes first. Then you get to Yordan Alvarez. He has slugged .665 against right-handed pitching, giving Houston an elite damage source from the left side. Alvarez has slugged nearly .700 against the four-seam, which is Klassen's most used pitch. He also handles the slider well, so Klassen cannot simply pivot to his sharper secondary offering and assume the matchup disappears. That is the biggest difference between these offenses. Houston's best hitter can attack both the control problem and the arsenal behind it. Jeremy Pena adds another way to pressure Klassen because he has handled the four-seam and higher velocity well. Isaac Paredes is more of a contact and zone control piece here than the centerpiece, especially because the slider matchup is less favorable for him. Klassen's major league sample remains limited, and both lineups are projected rather than confirmed, so there is real uncertainty around how sharply these patterns hold tonight. Even with that caution, Houston can create traffic, force strikes, and then bring Alvarez into the decisive spots. The roof is open at Dyken Park, with warm conditions and wind carrying towards center field. The park already favors home runs, and tonight's air adds another lift without turning the overall run environment into an extreme. Both bullpens are well rested, so neither offense gets an obvious late advantage from recent relief usage. The conditions support power, but the fresh bullpens help keep the total from looking cheap. Houston has the clearer offensive path, and 9.0 looks reasonable rather than low because both starters offer openings, while the rested bullpens provide resistance later. So if you're turning that read into a card, Mike Trout over .5 home runs captures the Angels' best counterpunch, while Yordan Alvarez over 2.5 total bases reflects Houston's strongest all-around pitch fit. Add George Klassen under 4.5 strikeouts, because the same control issues that create Houston traffic also work against efficient put-away counts. Every leg tells the same story. Angels' power is concentrated, while Houston has more ways to make the opposing starter uncomfortable. For a deeper look at this matchup, or any other game on the slate, you can explore the data and build your own parlays at ParlayBuilder.ai.